Nigeria's main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), is leaving nothing to chance in its quest to get power from the ruling All Progressive Congress in 2019. Leaders of the party and those from the reformed APC met with members of the coalition of united political parties today, where they described their coming together as an assignment that cannot be allowed to fail. The chairman of the RAPC and that of the PDP also called on officials of the alliance to shelve their personal interest for the benefit of the country.
As part of efforts to wrestle power from the ruling All Progressives Congress in 2019, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, midwifed a coalition of united political parties, CUPP, on July the 9th this year.
Gentlemen, it's a good day.
The primary objective of the alliance is to unite forces behind a singular presidential candidate and wrestle power from the All Progressives Congress in 2019. To this end, key members of the coalition gather at their new office in Abuja to inaugurate a steering committee which will help them actualize the objectives. Daunting as the task of winning an incumbent president may seem, the conveners of the meeting say they are leaving nothing to chance.
We must put in everything that is within our reach to ensure the success of this coalition.
We shouldn't close our eyes to what INEC is doing. And we should not spare INEC for the fear that we will cut their wrath. Let's speak to them directly to their faces.
The parties are committed to uphold the principles of internal party democracy.
In a related show of solidarity in the march towards 2019, the Senate President, along with others who recently defected from the ruling APC, including the governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, attended the 81st National Executive Council meeting of the PDP in Abuja. Senator Bukola Saraki was ushered into the PDP neck hall amid cheers from leaders of the party. In his remarks, Senator Saraki appeals to leaders of the party to welcome all returnees to the PDP with all sincerity, just as the PDP national chairman assures members of equal treatment.
Please receive us from the bottom of your heart. Not only in this room, but down to our local government awards, many people will join. Because what we are learning in the history of politics is that everybody is important.
The Senate President, other members of National Assembly that are here, the governors that have joined us, you have full authority to participate. This is your party. No one will record whether you are coming or you are not coming. You can contest for any position of your choice. That's democracy for you.
Political events in the last few days have been so intriguing as politicians cross-carpet political parties in their quest to remain in power. And with about 6 months left to the general elections in 2019, Nigerians can be sure of more interesting developments in the political space.
As part of efforts to solve the gridlock in parts of Lagos, especially the Apapa area of the city, the federal government says work on the Apapa corridor of the Lagos-Ibadan rail project will begin next week. This was announced in Lagos today by the Minister of Transportation, Mr. Chibike Amechi, after a closed-door meeting with Governor Akinwumi Ambode. This comes after the Federal Executive Council approved funds for the reconstruction of the Tinkan-Apapa-Oshodi Expressway.
At the commenced construction of the Lagos-Ibadan Railway, the focus was more on the Ibadan and Abeokuta axis of it because we had challenges in Lagos. The challenges included that of utilities and not much of community. I don't think we have challenges on that track with community, and I must praise the communities that allow us use their land. So what we came here is to see that there's a win-win situation, and the Lagos State Governor was very cooperative. He cooperated all the way from beginning till now, and what we've decided that CCECC should therefore move back to Lagos. Construction should commence immediately in Lagos, because we're insisting that by December we should complete the Lagos-Ibadan railway.
From Lagos, let's move to Kano State, where inadequate modern farming equipment remains a major challenge for farmers in the northwestern state. But the state is intervening with the purchase of tractors for them. The state governor, Abdullahi Ganduje, promised that the tractors, worth over 100 million naira, will be distributed to the farmers across 44 local government areas of the state.
It appears to be a good day for farmers in Kano State. These tractors are part of the state government's efforts to add value to agriculture and will be spread to farmers in the 44 local government areas. But there's more.
And seeing the readiness of our farmers, in seeing the seriousness of our farmers, and in seeing the great increase in the production of wheat, rice and tomato in Kano State, I have obliged and I have accepted to give you the sum of 132 million naira in order to make this tractorization scheme a successful scheme.
The tractors are expected to significantly improve the farming process, from irrigation to planting and even harvesting. But tractors are expensive to procure. So the question is, how exactly will the farmers pay for this?
The program involves deposit of some percentage of money by the farmers and then spreading the payment into up to 2 years. And maker are here because they are professionals, Your Excellency, that by the time you are able to deposit this percentage, in the time spread for you to pay, they will be the ones to manage the tractors, and by even hiring it out, the farmers will be able to pay the money of the tractors.
This gesture comes with a warning. No farmer is allowed to sell his or her tractor under the so-called tractorization scheme. With the abundant manpower in Kano and the state government's promise to provide improved seeds, fertilizer and other modern farming equipment, it might just be an all-round good season for farming in the state.
To some company news now. Medview Airline has commenced the airlift of 10,000 pilgrims, its quota of the 2018 Hajj exercise from the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. At the inaugural operations, its recently acquired Boeing 777 aircraft lifted 320 out of 2,001 pilgrims from Lagos State. The Executive Director of Business Development of the airline, Mr. Ishaq Nala, said the carrier has remained the first choice because it has been able to provide the needed comfort to pilgrims since it began its services 12 years ago.
In the early hours of the day, over 300 pilgrims from Lagos State assembled on the airside of the cargo terminal of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. As they take their positions on the row in preparation for boarding on Medview Airlines' inaugural flight for the 2018 Hajj exercise, some of the pilgrims expressed their delight at making the journey.
It's something that is enjoying to every Muslim, that at least once in lifetimes that you can go to this place and do prayers to the God Almighty Allah.
This is my first time to go Hajj. Just thank God for making me alive today to join this flight.
For the carrier, it's over 10 years of being at the Hajj business, and this year is no different.
Our major source of consistency has been on our ability to provide the desired service for the passengers. We are able to give them the comfort when they are going and when they are coming back, and while they are there as well, we do as much as possible to make sure that they enjoy their stay. This is the first flight we are doing this year, and we are hoping to airlift about 10,000 pilgrims to Saudi Arabia.
One after the other, the pilgrims make their way into the Big Bird and settle in ahead of the 6-hour flight. The leader of the Lagos State program says the carrier is part of the Hajj success in the state.
For the past 4 years, Lagos has been consistent in using Medview Airline, and we believe that the airline has contributed even to our success stories. You see that the National Hajj Commission in Nigeria gave Lagos State the first position in 2016 and 2017.
At about 7:20 a.m., the aircraft finally takes to the sky for the destination, Saudi Arabia.
One of the leading hospitality service providers in Nigeria, that's Ikeja Hotels PLC, has declared a profit after tax of 617.32 million naira for the 2017 financial year. At the company's 41st annual general meeting, the chairman of the board, Anthony Idigbe, is delighted at the company's performance and promises to build on its successes in the following year.
The board of directors, management and shareholders of Ikeja Hotels PLC rose to its 41st annual general meeting to take stock of its 2017 financial year. This is in compliance with the capital markets regulations and international record-keeping standards.
Please signify by raising up the admission cards.
So the business of the day in motion, the agenda for the AGM is adopted.
That the audited financial statements for the period of 31st December 2017 year ended together with the reports thereof have been received.
This is followed by a report from the audit committee giving a clean bill of health on the company's financial records for the year 2017.
In our opinion, the audited financial statements present fairly in all material respects the considered financial position of the group at 31st December 2017.
After contributions from the shareholders, the next item on the agenda is the election of the audit committee and fixing a remuneration for the directors.
I think there's a significant improvement in our liquidity, and if you look at the numbers, our revenues went up. Yeah, we do still have some challenges with our cost of sales. We are looking at how to manage that aspect, but generally the company has improved on its performance.
The issue of dividend is crucial, but the underlying issue there is that the company is continuously creating value, which is being saved as a reserve with the intention of applying this back into refurbishment, which we know will bring better dividend to the shareholder in future.
The board and management of Ikeja Hotels agreed for a huge plowback of its profits to the ongoing renovation at Sheraton Ikeja Hotels and the Abuja Sheraton Hotel. The company insists it is still well positioned to maintain its leadership in the provision of first-class services in the country's hospitality business.
On business news, Anne will be telling us how much the federal government is putting in its social investment program.
You First. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Melinda, and welcome to Business News. The federal government says it has released 140 billion naira out of the 500 billion naira budget for social investment program for the year 2017. The programs include N-Power, National Homegrown School Feeding Program, National Cash Transfer Project, and Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program. The special advisor to the President of National Social Investment Program, Mrs. Mariam Uwais, made this known in Abuja today. She explains that only 80 billion naira out of the budgeted 500 billion naira was released back in 2016, bringing the total sum released so far to 220 billion naira. At the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the all-share index got a moderate rebound from yesterday's loss as bellwether stocks lifted market today. Tanya Lashibawali has the details.
And welcome to the stock market report. The 2.39% rally by key components from the banking sector helped put the local equities back into positive territory, despite sell-offs which hit three other sectors at the close of Thursday's trading. The market regained 128 billion naira out of the 146 billion naira lost in Wednesday's session, while the all-share index rose by 21 basis points on renewed bargain hunting by investors. UAC Property tops up a list of 23 gainers, up by 9.68%. NSL Technologies ahead of 16 losers, down by 10%, while NACO contributed over 130.5 million units to a total of 320.45 million shares traded for the day. Meanwhile, traders and analysts say, despite the impact of political tension in the country, market fundamentals remain strong, coupled with positive outlooks, string of earnings results. And that's the stock market report. I'm Teniola Shubowale.
Thank you, Teniola. Wall Street has ended today's trading session higher as tech giant Apple becomes the first private publicly traded company in history to reach $1 trillion in market value. That's the other numbers for today. Thanks a lot for watching Business News Tonight. I'm Anne Nwawadu. It's back to you, Melinda.
You first. First Bank.
Many thanks, Anne. Still ahead on the news at 10. Host team Nigeria gets 2 gold medals on day 2 of the African Senior Athletics Championships in Asaba, Delta State. That's on Sports News. Join us again.